Dak Prescott was never a favorite aside for his household and the state of Texas. That's it. Ain't nobody else believed in the Cowboys. They're not America's team. There's America's choke artists. That's what the team should. So right now we're going to talk about the NFL recap. Basically, we got the Bengals and the LA Rams. But let's talk about how they got their view.
The who?
The LA Rams.
No, who was before that?
The Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. Ocho Cinco was part of that. You feel me? Chad Johnson. You had your boy Carson Palmer at one time on that team.
Orleans Bengals?
Nah, we're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right.
I don't think the people even know who the Orleans Bengals are, but let's focus on the topic right now.
Do not
Cincinnati
disrespect
Bengals.
About the East Gloucester / Orleans Bengals.
You know
what I mean?
Talking about professional teams to local teams, man. Like, what are you talking about? Let's go. The people want to hear about
to 03.
Yeah, anybody care about 95 to 03? They care about right now, 2022.
Started from a tight, graduated from the Dukes.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Back at it again, so you know what I'm talking about. Jeez. All right, yo, listen.
Yeah.
So from the beginning.
So how do we get here? How do we get the Rams and the Bengals?
So when it comes to NFL playoffs,
Bring
the
it
Rams
down.
and the Bengals, like OBJ said.
Are you a Rams fan, eh?
He told us.
Okay,
OBJ told us.
He's with the
You know
stat
what I
team,
mean?
man. Okay,
OBJ told us.
Right.
Boomaye's very own OBJ, you know what I mean, told us all that he told us all that they were going to make it to the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I think when it comes to the Bengals, you cannot forget Melo's twin brother, Joe Burrows. These guys are same, light team, light skin. You know what I mean? Like, Joe Burrows is that guy.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean?
From LSU.
LSU.
I mean, here coming back from the ACL.
Melo Honcho's twin brother. You know what I mean? So you know the genetics.
You know, Chase Young took him out. Now he's back. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
The world now. And then what did he do? He disrespected the Raiders.
But don't forget his key tight end got carted out.
That's fine.
At the beginning of the game.
Yo, players next man step
hurt.
up, you know? That's what it is in NFL, right?
It's gonna hurt. But I think as much as Joe Burrows,
and they get 2 weeks, eh? It's not next. Not
I just want to say my prediction. My prediction. Right?
Let's
You guys ready?
Let this man jump on the favorites. Drum roll, please. Yeah, what are you gonna say?
Joe Burrows is gonna win the game because it's all about what? The narrative?
The heart, man.
The narrative. Forget the
underdog,
heart.
man.
Forget the heart.
No, it's the underdog.
If sports was about the heart, you and I would have had parlays that hit how many times between now and
man.
How many times ago?
It's a new era, right? Today it's
Thank you. Hold on.
Yeah, it's promoted.
New era, right?
It's a new era that's promoted.
New era.
Yeah,
Shouts on New Era. Been wearing those fitted since how long?
Yeah, you already know.
Sponsors.
Way back.
You know what I mean? So my other thing is just my thing is don't forget Joe Burrows are already talking about him being the next who.
You know why he's talking
about
nonsense?
He's supposed to be the next who?
Tom Brady?
Shit.
Tom Brady? That's
Joe Burrows is supposed to be the next. So they're already talking about Joe Burrows being the next who right now.
I don't think he could be because he's done more than the guy's done in the last.
Tom Brady. They're already talking about Joe Burrows being the next Tom Brady. Joe Burrows is also the first #1 draft pick to be in the Super Bowl in the first 2 years. They're already pulling out these ESPN stats to make it look
college
like
title to be Heisman.
Trust me. The same left tackle who played with him. Well, I don't know what position the O-line played, but the same picture with the O-line on his shoulders. The same O-line was on his shoulders the LSU game. So the thing is, my thing is, it's all about the narrative, right? Joe Burrows was down 21-3 at halftime, right?
Yeah.
They showed the picture of Joe Burrows. I remember the video of Joe Burrows at halftime. I stopped watching after that clip because Joe Burrows had his head down, looking like Tom Brady. When the score said 23 or whatever at the Falcons game.
Yes.
Same everything. Come on, they said Joe, make sure at halftime your head is down, looking like Tom. And then what happens? Joe Burrow comes out like Tom Brady and does what? Throws 3 touchdowns, has an immaculate second half, beating out who? Patrick Mahomes, who's quote-unquote, like, Patrick Mahomes is the NFL's poster boy. Like,
isn't this funny, though? Last week it was like when it gets grim, be the Grim Reaper. What was all that talk this week, man?
Well, I think the Grim Reaper got the wrong heads and tails call. That's what it comes down to.
What do you mean they won the toss?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, what do you mean? They won the toss, and then the man threw an interception.
He did.
You know what I mean? He threw it to Tyreek Hill. They had a scheme. They knew. Let him to go to Tyreek. We'll be here, 2 players right there. Bah! Got that. You know what I mean? And then what happened next? Money McPherson, the one that got them there, now bringing them to the Super Bowl? Come on, man. Money McPherson.
Wait,
They
that's
got
what-
there from a kicker. The kicker out here disrespecting teams like what? Disrespected the Raiders. Disrespected the Titans. Not disrespecting the Chiefs, boy. The Chiefs. The guy who talking about Patrick Mahomes. Let the Grim be the Grim Reaper. Stop it. That's embarrassing, man. I'm ashamed if anyone who has a Kansas City jersey right now, burn that. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be easy to come back in the NFL, right? Remember Russell Wilson? Remember the Legion of Doom? Remember when they had a chance to let Marshawn Lynch run through that? And then what happened? Come on, man. I'm telling you, NFL is not for long. So when you have your opportunity, make sure you take advantage of it. And that's the thing. I hope Joe Burrow does what he's supposed to do because I don't like to see the Rams win. Stacked team. You know what I mean? You got your boy Von Miller trying to get another ring. OBJ trying to redeem himself. The only person that's cool about it is Matthew Stafford because he's been with a weak team. But you know what? He can still lose
Matthew
again.
Stafford that threw so many bad balls to Megatron, he had to retire early in his career. Matt Stafford?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Well, let me break it down to you. What organization he come from? The same organization that Barry Sanders, the Hall of Famer, said, I'm done with y'all. And Megatron followed the same steps. So it's not his fault the
All I'm saying
organization
is Barry Sanders did not throw that football to Megatron all those times, laying him out to get
it's
laid
the
out.
organization built to win in Detroit. The last time they won was the Pistons, Chief. Or maybe the Red Wings.
The Red Wings, yeah, probably.
One of the two. But at the end of the day, their football team, irrelevant. The only thing they're good for is playing on Thanksgiving and losing to the Cowboys. That's some real stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's straight facts. I think I'm with him. I'm with the underdogs because at the end of the day, I'm tired of seeing these Los Angeles teams win. Another thing about the
free
LA,
$10 bet, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, it's not about none to lose.
Shouts out
They got 2
Bet365,
weeks. They got 2 weeks to
sponsor us,
prepare, you know?
You know what I mean?
2 weeks to
Bet365,
prepare.
we out here, you know what I mean?
So yeah, that's what it is, man. We thinking it's gonna be a great game in 2 weeks. Where's that game gonna be at?
In LA.
Oh, perfect. Disrespect them on the home court, home turf. Let's go, man.
Street Facts, back at it again. Zoe, what do you think about the NFL hip hop acts this year?
I think it's about time, to be honest with you, because Super Bowl halftime shows have been whack, in my opinion. We haven't seen.
What was the last good show? Janet Jackson? Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. I would say, I guess, yeah, when that happened, you know, when Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake did their thing, you know what I mean? But aside from all that, it's like, yo, let's be real with yourself. Like football and basketball, they all love hip hop, right? They all know that's what they're playing in their locker rooms to get themselves hyped up for a game. So it's like, it only makes sense if you're gonna do a halftime show, play the biggest genre, the one that's making everybody have a good time. You know what I mean? And this year they're doing it in LA, so it's only right that you had some LA iconic acts, right?
Like what? Like the hologram Tupac?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem.
Mary J. Blige from California, from LA?
Mary J. Blige from Ghost Power Book herself. Monet herself is in the building. Okay. You feel me? And then you got Eminem, Mockingbird, your favorite song. We already know that, man. You know what I mean? That's one of your favorite lullabies back in the day growing up, you know? So it's only right that your favorite artist is on stage in LA to shine. So, yeah, what you think?
Yeah, my favorite song by Eminem, first of all, is Stan.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
You know what I mean? Shouts out Dido. You know what I mean?
And Elton John, too. You liked it when he went on stage, eh? And he embraced him and gave him a good hug, and everyone was united. It was right for the people.
Yo,
yeah, exactly.
Pray for Elton John. The man has COVID right now.
Pray for him.
Had to cancel some shows.
Oh,
he canceled the show in Texas.
Yep.
Canceled the show in Toronto.
Yep.
And I mean, pray for the man. He's a legend, iconic. You know what I mean?
Well, who's bringing this act together? Why are we getting such a great act for the Super Bowl halftime show? Who's responsible for this?
I think the person responsible is Roger Goodell, because I think Roger Goodell just decided that I think it's time to bring in a new demographic to the sport of football.
Why do you think they're doing that? They're trying to hide some garbage or some little things in the background?
Maybe they're trying to play to the majority of who their players are. I don't know.
Yeah? Okay. And how come Mary J. Blige? No offense to Mary J. Blige, but I think there's other artists, like a young artist that they could have gave a chance to, you think? Or like...
I would have loved to see Kodak Black.
Oh, that's never happening. I'm
sorry. I would love to
you
see
might
that.
be lucky to see that at an NBA All-Star game, you know, if
we could have been superstars.
You know?
You know what I mean? I would have loved to see your favorite artist, NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I know before you were not a big NBA YoungBoy fan, but ever since he got out of jail and he came out with a makeup, you've been his biggest fan, and I'm just...
you have to support all artists, man. You know, they do what they're supposed to do, and in this world, you're not supposed to judge, man. So you should know better than that, right?
Back at it again. Just up with my so fit. Currency Entertainment, BIA Media, we in the cut. So Zoe, what do you think about underdogs in sports?
I'm gonna quote a line from the famous song, "Hater love the underdogs on top, and I'm gonna shine till my heart won't stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm the MVP." You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm always with the underdogs. You know, like I really like seeing that because there's value to that.
Yo, 50's gonna come for you though. He wants his guap for saying that.
Nah. I'm shouting him out. Give him the credit. You already know that's what it is. And 50 love real niggas, so I'm a real nigga, so I already know what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. But yeah, underdogs in sports. Give me a scenario where you seen the best underdog. Like let's talk about NBA.
Oh my God, you want to talk about NBA?
Yeah, the best underdog that you've seen recently.
Let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
Tonight, underdog.
All right.
Oh my goodness, she's got to talk about underdogs. So tonight, we'll talk about underdogs tonight.
Mm-hmm.
One of the underdogs tonight, which I did not see coming, was the game of the LA Clippers versus the Indiana Pacers. So the Clippers were at minus 145. They were the favorites.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to the Pacers. They were on a back-to-back. Pacers are a little bit, a lot of injuries, not a lot of guys. But at the end of the day, it's like whoever Vegas decides is the favorite, it seems like 9 times out of 10 ends up losing the game.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay, let's break down another favorite right now in the NFL. Like, let's talk about how there's no
the Bengals?
There's no Aaron Rodgers,
Or Brady.
there's no Tom Brady, and there's no Mahomes.
Yeah.
If people saw that at the beginning of the year, they'd probably have them.
And there's no Dak Prescott.
That guy was never a favorite.
Oof,
Stop it.
that
He was
was
a favorite for
big
only
one.
the Cowboy fans.
Dak Prescott?
You're a Cowboy fan, sorry.
Jeez.
That's why it's hurting right now. But let's be real with yourself. Dak Prescott was never a favorite aside for his household and the state of Texas. That's it. Ain't nobody else believed in the Cowboys. They're not America's team. There's America's choke artists. That's what the team should be called. Because every year, consistently, they build up the hype. And what do? Fail. But back to a real underdog, I would say the underdogs are the March Madness. I can't wait to see when that happens, because it's like you get players pretty much that are ranked and you don't see them coming, you know what I mean? The last time we really got to see a March Madness is 2019, right? So it's like now we get to see after 2 years with COVID. I'm interested to see what goes on with that,
Another thing with underdogs too is don't forget, like last night, the Boston Bruins got slapped.
Yeah, slapped by Dallas, yeah.
By Dallas, they were the favorites, you know what I mean? And then don't forget, a lot of the 49ers.
They were the underdogs, though.
In Green Bay.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's wild. So, the Ottawa Senators had a little bit of a run where they were like shellacking teams.
Yeah.
And we all know the Ottawa Senators are.
Yeah, they are what they are. And like, let's break down another underdog in hockey.
They're English muffins.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah.
buns.
I see that. But, at the end of the day, underdogs are important in the game because at the end of the day, it means never underestimate somebody. You know what I mean? You can't assume just because that team is injured, like you saw with the Clippers, right? They saw that the Pacers were missing Sabonis, so they thought it was easy work. Man, what happened? The ones with the heart, they come out and shine, So, underdogs are important. It's like everything in life. You have to always overcome something. So, never count yourself out, and that's straight facts.
Big eggs.